What's up YouTube, Capital G here. Got a couple of quick duels for you guys to check out, including our first duel that is going to be all machine everything. We got Cyber Dragons facing off against ABC Orcust. I think Cyber Dragons should be favored in this matchup just because of the contact fusion. You can contact with monsters in the extra monster zone, and also the fact is ABC and Orcust are both machine based, so Cyber Dragons should have a field day just contact fusing. I do believe that you should be running 2 copies of Fortress Dragon, and then the other one, the Mega Fleet Dragon. I see sometimes people only run like 1 copies of each. I just don't get that, man. I feel like you got to run both or 2 copies of both cards, because you never know when you're going to run into a matchup where it actually becomes relevant. Also, aren't the Sky Striker Link monsters, aren't they also machines too? So there's so many good contact fusion targets for machines right now. I feel like Cyber Dragon players got to be doing that. Anyways, standard Orcust combo. But since he is playing ABC, he gets himself an ABC Dragon Buster in addition. It's a very strong turn 1 play, especially considering you just get so many disruptions. Your ABC Dragon Buster can banish a card, then it can tag itself out. You still have discard fodder in your hand. It is certainly an excellent play, and the Orcust cards like make for good discard fodder because they want to activate in the graveyard. Anyway, Cyber Dragon Core is going to be met with the copy of, what is that, the Phantom Knights of Fallblade. He's going to contact fuse regardless. Now he's going to go for Cyber Dragon Nashter. He's going to go into Seeger, and Rusty Bardiche is going to be summoned back. He's going to contact fuse again, so this is what I mean, where I think the matchup is probably Cyber Dragon favored. This might have been a small mistake, maybe. He's going to set his copy of Call by the Grave. Quite frankly, I just would have left it in my hand. I feel like you either just try to bait it by setting another spell and trap, maybe Overload Fusion, or you just keep it in your hand so that your opponent doesn't Dingirsu you during the end phase. He's going to go for Platinum Gadget, which I hardly ever see made, but, you know, more power to him, I guess. He's going to get rid of the copy of Fortress Dragon, and looks like he's just going to attack for a bunch of damage. He sets Call by the Grave during the end phase. Cyber Dragons are going to fight back. He has Cyber Dragon Core, which he can activate the summon Seeger. Now he can activate, or excuse me, summon Nashter. He did try to summon his Seeger there, but it got banished by Call by the Grave. It's fine because he can still follow up. His Nashter still counts as Cyber Dragon, which means he gets 2 of them straight from his deck, and Overload Fusion is now kicking in. Now he can try to pop a couple of cards, then Girsu is going to protect. See, this right here is why Called by the Grave could have came in handy. So when he's trying to summon his Galatea back, which will turn his Orchestrated Climax online, if he would have had Called by the Grave to banish it, I feel like he wins this duel, because then he can just get rid of his opponent's Galatea. This card right here just becomes dead. He can go into Cyber Dragon Infinity. He can suck up a monster. He can't really do that now, because if he sucks up a monster, well, you know, what's stopping the Orchestrated Nightmare or Orchestrated Climax like this from just activating and popping his copy of the Cyber Dragon Infinity? And he can't make another one because he already kind of used that rank up ability. It's a hard once per turn when it comes to summoning it that way. He's going to get another copy of Called by the Grave. So many Called by the Graves in this duel, and even though Orcust burned through a lot of their resources in the first turn, they still have Dingirsu, which is just an excellent card. It helps them kind of just constantly remove cards from their opponent's side of the field. Called by the Grave came in clutch here, getting rid of the Cyber Dragon Nova so that it didn't actually float, and I think he actually just attacks for games. So Called by the Grave coming in clutch, maybe misused by the Cyber Dragon player in my opinion, but in the end I would say the underdog in that matchup, because obviously Orcust is like better than Cyber Dragons, but in that matchup I feel like Orcust should actually lose. Anyway, second duel is a fusion showdown, Lunalights versus Predaplant. I don't think either one of these decks want to go first. I would never go first with Lunalights. I don't know what you're doing. I feel like all you can really do is make Bagusta and just pass, and he makes a play that's even worse than that. So he just has 3 monsters on field that don't really do anything. Cat Dancer has battle protection, but it doesn't have protection from targeting. He can just instant fusion and the Thousand Eyes Restrict, try to suck her up. He does have, yeah, it looks like he did have Crimson Fox to protect it. Both players are going to get some light points, and then he did activate the Predaplant Fusion card, the Prime Fusion, and that does, keep in mind, much like Fusion of Fire, let you fusion summon using materials from both sides of the field. Lunalights are going to fight back here. Monster Reborn was a very big pickup. White Rabbit is going, or Lunalight White Rabbit is basically a Monster Reborn. Then he has 4 monsters on field. Now this was questionable. He goes straight into Borolo Dragon, which is, I mean, it seems good, right? Problem is, this guy right here can just negate a monster coming from the extra deck, so that just dies instantly. Good thing is he does actually have his copy of Black Sheep to recover his wolf, and he can try to go for a Lunalight fusion monster. He can't go for Leo Dancer quite yet, but Panther Dancer can still be a really good card, and since he did use Kaleido Chick, he cannot use the effect of Link Karibo. So Link Karibo just has to sit there and take 2 hits straight to the face. Almost was able to game him here, but not quite. I think that Lunalight's having, having Panther Dancer on field is strong, but it's not the strongest thing. It can still be just ran over, and now that he done cut the attack down, I think that it is a very high probability that that is going to happen, and it does. Actually, that's a little bit of flex. He copied the effect of Panther Dancer so that he could attack her twice to get more damage. That was pretty smart. Now he's going to just attack over the copy of the Yellow Martin. He top decks the Yellow Martin, and this was clutch. Man, Call by the Grave just clutching all these duels. He was going to go for Lunalight Wolf, and obviously he's trying to summon Leo Dancer, which if he gets Leo Dancer out, he 100% wins. The field nuke effect of Starving Venom Dragon is not going to affect Leo Dancer because she can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects, but sadly he's going to banish his copy of, he banishes his Panther Dancer, which means he still has to actively fuse, and sadly he has to go for something that ain't Leo Dancer. Gotta go for Cat Dancer. I think ultimately he's going to go for another Predaplant fusion monster. Yeah, it looks like he's going to go for Chimera Rafflesia. Simply banish the Cat Dancer. He was, every single time he dropped Cat Dancer on the field, his opponent had an immediate answer, like some type of targeting card that could just get her off the board immediately. So definitely not a card that you ever really want to throw down on the field in Lunalights. Even if you're playing the most purest version of Lunalights, you don't really want to summon Cat Dancer. You're just using it to facilitate things like Leo Dancer and Panther Dancer, like the actual good fusions in the archetype. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed that short duels, or excuse me, couple of duels. If you did, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.